Welcome. We're here today to celebrate Jack's life with love, gratitude, and warmth. Jack's story began in Yonkers, New York, where he was born and raised as the only boy among three sisters. These early photographs show us the little boy he once was, long before the years that would shape the man we came to know. They remind us that every life begins in simple, ordinary moments: family, childhood, familiar places, and the everyday experiences that quietly stay with us. The pictures of Jack with his sisters give us a glimpse of those first family bonds and the shared memories of growing up together. The photos with his dog bring such warmth, capturing the simple happiness and the companionship of boyhood. These images let us see Jack at the very beginning, surrounded by family, love, and the first chapter of his story. As these photographs move into Jack's high school years, we see a young man beginning to step into adulthood. These were important years, marked by growth, change, and the shaping of the person he would become. Jack also faced deep loss during this time, losing his mother when he was only 16. That kind of sorrow comes far too early, and yet it became part of the strength and resilience he carried forward. Even in those young years, life was already asking much of him, and still, he kept moving ahead, meeting the future that was waiting for him. Right after high school, Jack joined the Navy and began the next chapter of his life. There he worked as a dental assistant with both the Navy and the Marines, serving with quiet dedication. These images show a young man stepping into responsibility, duty, and a new season of life with courage and purpose. Jack's life was not only a story of work and perseverance, but also of love and family. He shared part of that life with Jean, and together they had 4 children. Later, he shared another meaningful chapter with Betty. Life unfolds in seasons, and Jack's life held more than one important relationship, each one adding to the story of who he was. These photographs remind us that love can take different forms across a lifetime, and that each chapter leaves its own lasting gift. A red Mustang convertible. Oh, he loved that car. This part of Jack's story shows some of the simpler things that brought him joy. And then, of course, there was Tio the Wonder Dog, along with Spats our cat. The 3 of them made quite a team. These photos capture a lighter side of Jack, the pleasure he took in good companions, a beloved car, and the everyday happiness of sharing life with truly good buddies on the couch. As we look at these snapshots of Jack with family and friends, we are really looking at one of the most important parts of his life. These are not just pictures of places he went or occasions he attended. They are pictures of connection. They are pictures of belonging. They are pictures of the people who mattered to him and of the moments that made life rich, full, and worth remembering. Jack truly valued the people in his life. He enjoyed good company, conversation, laughter, and simply being with the folks he cared about. He understood something that is easy to overlook when life feels busy, that in the end, it's not the schedule, the errands, or the worries we remember most. It's the people. It's the faces around the table. It's the voices in the room. It's the stories shared, the small jokes, the familiar routines, the simplest comfort of being together. That's what these photographs hold for us now. They show us that Jack's life was made up not only of the larger chapters that we might write down on paper, but also the everyday moments that often matter even more. A visit, a smile, a gathering, a holiday, a quiet afternoon, a shared meal, a moment that may not have seemed remarkable at the time, but that has now become precious simply because it was lived with people that he loved. There is something especially beautiful about ordinary snapshots. They are not staged or polished. They do not ask life to be perfect. They simply catch it as it is, real, unguarded, and alive. And because of that, they become some of our greatest treasures. These are the photos that bring people back to us in the most human way. A certain expression, a familiar posture, the way someone smiled, the way they stood beside the people they loved. These small details become priceless. That's one of the gifts photographs like these. They help us to remember not just how someone looked, but how life felt when they were with us. As we watch these images of Jack, we are reminded that love is often preserved in the ordinary, not only in the major milestones, but in everyday presence, in showing up, in spending time together, in sharing a room, a conversation, a laugh, a meal, a season of life. So much of what we come to cherish later is found in these simple moments that once seemed so routine. Jack knew how to enjoy being with people. He appreciated companionship and the warmth of family and friends. He knew that life was better when shared. And in these pictures, we can see that so clearly. We can see the many ways his life touched others and the many ways others became part of his. And for all of us here today, these snapshots carry an important reminder. Take the pictures, keep the pictures, even the ordinary ones. In fact, especially the ordinary ones. The quick snapshots, the unplanned moments, the everyday gatherings, those are the images that so often mean the most to us later. They become the doorway back to people we love. They help us hold on to faces, moments, and feelings that time would otherwise carry too far away. Today, these photographs are doing exactly that for us. They are helping us remember Jack, not as a distant figure from the past, but as someone present in real moments, among real people, living a real life full of connection. They remind us that to be loved and to love others in return is one of the greatest gifts that a life can hold. So as we watch these snapshots pass by, may we be reminded that a life is not only remembered through the big events, but through the ordinary moments that were once lived without fanfare and are now treasured beyond words. And may we hold close the gift these photographs give us, the chance to see Jack again among the people he loved, in the life he shared, and in the memories that remain with us still. As we come to the end of these pictures, we remember that Jack was a man of many parts. He was someone who worked hard, took pride in what he did, and found meaning in doing things well. His time at Card Pack was especially important to him. He enjoyed the craft of it, the colors, the inks, the printing, the coatings, and most of all, those people he worked alongside of. And he took real pride in being part of that work and part of that team. That same care showed up in the rest of his life too, whether he was baking bread, carving wood, or simply taking joy with the folks around him. In the last 8 years of his life, Jack returned to our lives in a way that gave us a precious gift. We got to know him, and he got to know us. We shared time, stories, laughter, and the everyday moments that became so meaningful later. Those years were a blessing, and we are deeply thankful for them. So as we leave here today, I hope we remember Jack the way he would want to be remembered. Not with only sadness, but with affection, gratitude, and maybe even a smile. He lived through hard things, enjoyed good things, and meant a great deal to the people around him. And if today includes some laughter, some stories, and maybe even a little Jameson Black Barrel raised in his honor, well, that would feel just right. So everyone, please, join us in raising a glass. Here's to Jack, with love, gratitude, thankfulness, and most of all, joy. Sláinte.